Hi students, in my previous video on trigonometric functions, we discussed class 10 trigonometry, trigonometric identities of class 10 and additionally different systems of measurements of angles. First one was sexagesimal system where angles are measured in degrees, and another was circular system where angles are measured in radians. And we concluded that pi radian is equal to 180 degree. It was used for converting radians into degrees and vice versa. Also we studied relation between arc length of a circle, radius of the circle and corresponding central angle in the form theta is equal to L by R. In today's class, we will be discussing T ratios of allied angles, that is angles of the form n times 90 degree plus या minus theta or n times pi by 2 plus minus theta. Right? So we have studied in class 10 that up to 90 degree all trigonometric ratios are positive. You must have learned sin 0, sin 30, sin 60, sin 90, similarly cos 30, cos 60, etc. All trigonometric answers were non-negative, or we may say to some extent positive also. That is, none of the trigonometric ratios of the angles from 0 to 90 degree was negative. Let us first understand in which quadrant which trigonometric ratios are positive and which are negative. 0 to 90 degree is first quadrant where all trigonometric ratios are positive. So I have mentioned here in first quadrant all trigonometric ratios are positive. Why it is so? Because if the triangle lies in first quadrant and reference angle is in first quadrant, then perpendicular, base, hypotenuse all are positive. So trigonometric ratios of angles lying in first quadrant will be positive. And if the triangle lies in second quadrant, then base will be negative, perpendicular will be positive, and hypotenuse will be definitely positive only. So here sine and cosec, perpendicular upon hypotenuse or hypotenuse upon perpendicular, will always be positive. And rest of the trigonometric ratios which involve base and hypotenuse or base and perpendicular will be negative. So in second quadrant only sine theta and cosec theta are positive, rest are negative. In third quadrant tan and cot are positive, rest are negative, and in fourth quadrant cos and sec are positive and rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. We learned it in this way also, that all students take coffee. All stands for all trigonometric ratios are positive. Student begins with the letter S, so we can say sin theta and its reciprocal cosec theta are positive in second quadrant. Take start with T, and T for tangent and its reciprocal cotangent are positive in third quadrant and rest are negative. Coffee begins with co, so co stands for cos theta and its reciprocal sec theta. These two trigonometric ratios are positive in fourth quadrant and rest are negative. So I have mentioned it, learn it as all students take coffee. So I have explained it already. Let's move ahead. Examples. How to calculate trigonometric ratios of the form n times 90 degree plus or minus theta, or you can say n times pi by 2. Pi by 2 radian is same as 90 degree plus or minus theta. So its answer may be positive or negative depending upon the quadrant in which this angle lies. Now if n is even, sine will remain sine. That is, trigonometric ratio will maintain itself. If it would have been cos, it would have remained cos only. If it would have been tan or cot or sec or cosec, it will remain as such if n is even. and then it will be sine of the acute angle theta. But in case n is odd, now the sign of answer will depend upon the quadrant in which the given angle lies. And if n is odd, sine will become cos. There is addition or removal of co in this case. Sine becomes cos or cos will become sine. Tan will become cot and cot will become tan. Sec will become cosec or cosec will become sec if this n is odd. This we have done in class 10th also, where we used to study sine of 90 minus theta is cos theta, cos of 90 minus theta is sin theta, etc. Because their 90 was odd multiple of 90, that is 1 times 90 only. That's why trigonometric ratio used to change. But in case n is even, it will remain as such. I have given one more example. Cos of n pi by 2 plus minus theta. So sign of the answer depends upon the quadrant in which the angle lies, and if n is even, cos will remain cos, and if n is odd, cos will become sine. Let's move ahead. It may be summarized that trigonometric ratio remains same if n is even and changes if n is odd. Now how this change occurs? Sine becomes cos, cos becomes sine, tan becomes cot, cot becomes tan, sec becomes cosec, cosec becomes sec if n is odd. So now I am taking few examples from exercise 3.2. Find the values of other 5 trigonometric ratios in exercise 1 to 5. In total, there are 6 trigonometric ratios. So in question number 1 to 5, you have been given value of one trigonometric ratio and you have to find the value of other 5 trigonometric ratios. So in question 1, it is given that cos x is equal to minus half and x lies in third quadrant, and you are to find the value of other 5 trigonometric ratios. So let's start the solution. Cos x is equal to minus half. Now we will be using class 10 trigonometric identity. Sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x. So it is, let us feed the value of cos x. 1 minus cos x is minus half. So it will be minus half square. So 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. So we get the value of sin square x 3 by 4. So if sin square x is 3 by 4, then sin x will be plus minus root 3 by 4. Is equal to plus minus root 3 by 2. But x belongs to third quadrant. Do you know, in third quadrant, sin x is positive or negative? Add sugar 2. In third quadrant, it comes 2. 2 starts with t, t for tangent. It means in third quadrant, tan theta is positive and rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. So sin x should be negative. Because x belongs to third quadrant, it is given to us. So sin x will be negative, so we will reject positive value. So sin x will become minus root 3 by 2. Let's now calculate tan x. So we are using class 10 identities. Tan x is equal to sin x upon cos x. Sin x is, we have calculated it to be minus root 3 by 2. Cos x was given as minus half. So answer comes out to be root 3. Sec x is equal to 1 by cos x. 1 upon cos x is given to be minus half. So 1 upon minus half is minus 2. Cosec x is 1 by sin x. So 1 by sin x we have calculated. We have calculated it to be minus root 3 by 2. So answer becomes minus 2 by root 3. Cot x is equal to 1 by tan x. Tan x we calculated as tan x was root 3. So cot x will be 1 by root 3, right? So in this way we have determined other 5 trigonometric ratios. So in a similar manner I am attempting second question also. Here sin x is given to be 3 by 5 and x belongs to third quadrant. Sorry, sin x is minus 3 by 5 and x belongs to third quadrant, and you have to find rest of the 5 trigonometric ratios. So let's go ahead. So I will start with the same trigonometric identity that I used in question number 1, that cos square x is equal to 1 minus sin square x. So feed the value of sin x here. 1 minus 3 by 5 whole square will be 9 by 25. So it comes out to be 16 upon 25. So cos square is 16 upon 25. So cos x will be plus minus square root of 16 by 25, which will come out to be 4 by 5. But x belongs to third quadrant, where cos x is negative. So we will reject positive value and negative value will be retained. Rest of the question you can do just like the question number 1. Now you have sin x and cos x both. So you can calculate tan x. Tan x as sin x upon cos x. Sin x was given as minus 3 by 5. Cos x we have calculated to be minus 4 by 5. So answer is 3 by 4. Similarly, you can calculate cot x as 1 by tan x, cosec x as 1 by sin x, and sec x as 1 by cos x. So you can easily do this question. I am moving ahead. Question number 5. Tan x is given to be minus 5 by 12 and x belongs to second quadrant. Now we will have to think of a class 10 trigonometric identity which involves tan x and one more trigonometric ratio, and that is sec square x is equal to 1 plus tan square x. This identity will give us the value of sec x. So it is equal to 1 plus value of tan x is minus 5 by 12. So sec square x will be 1 plus minus 5 by 12 whole square, that is 1 plus 25 upon 144. So if you add them up, answer comes out to be 169 upon 144. So sec x is equal to plus minus square root of 169 upon 144 is equal to plus minus 13 by 12. But as given, x belongs to second quadrant. And in second quadrant, only sin x and its reciprocal cosec x are positive. So sec x is negative. So in second quadrant, sec x is negative. So reject positive value. So you will be left with sec x is equal to minus 13 by 12. Now we can calculate cos x also. Cos x is equal to 1 by sec x. 1 upon minus 13 by 12, that is minus 12 by 13. And sin x is equal to tan x into cos x. How? Because we know that sin x upon cos x is equal to tan x. So if you cross multiply, you will get sin x equal to tan x into cos x. So we can use this formula. Sin x is equal to tan x into cos x. Tan x is given to be minus 5 by 12 and cos x we have calculated as minus 12 by 13. So answer comes out to be 5 by 13. Let's move ahead. The rest of the trigonometric ratios may be calculated in similar manner. So now I am coming to question number 6. Very exciting question. Here we will be finding value of trigonometric ratios which are more than 90 degree. So I will express given angle in the form of n times 90 degree plus or minus theta. So let's see in 765 degree how many 90s can be accommodated. So let's divide 765 by 90. 98 is 720, remainder is 45 degree. So by division algorithm, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So 765 is equal to 8 times 90 plus 45. You can calculate and recheck it also. Now we will have to see in which quadrant this angle lies. One quadrant is of 90 degree. So this is 90 degree, this is second 90 degree, third 90 degree, fourth 90 degree, fifth 90 degree, sixth 90 degree, seventh 90 degree, eighth 90 degree plus something. So this angle lies in first quadrant. And in first quadrant all trigonometric ratios are positive. Moreover this 8 is positive. Moreover this 8 is even. So sine will remain sine. I mean to say, whenever coefficient of 90 degree is even, the trigonometric ratio maintains itself. So since 8 is even, sine will remain sine and the acute angle is 45, sine 45. And sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Hope you have understood it. You may again listen to this part and clear your doubts. Taking more examples for better clarity. One more thing I am telling you, trigonometric ratios of negative angles, how these are to be computed. Sine of negative angles, sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Now what is this negative angle? Let me tell you. Positive angles are taken in anti-clockwise direction. From x-axis you will have to move to in anti-clockwise direction. For negative angles we will move in clockwise direction. So if this is theta, this will be minus theta. And sine of minus theta will be perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So in this case, since perpendicular is below x-axis, it will be negative and hypotenuse is always positive. So negative upon positive will be negative. So this will be minus sine theta. Similarly, cosec of minus theta is minus cosec theta. Tan of minus theta is minus tan theta, because tangent is perpendicular upon base. And in this case, perpendicular is negative and base is positive. So negative upon positive is negative. Similarly, cot of minus theta, it will follow tan of minus theta because it is just reciprocal of tan minus cot theta. But cos of minus theta is same as cos theta, because cos is base upon hypotenuse. So base in this case is positive and hypotenuse is also positive. Base is positive, hypotenuse is positive. So cos of minus theta is cos theta. And similarly, sec of minus theta is sec theta. Taking more examples, cosec of minus 1410 degree. And as we have done just now, cosec of minus theta is minus cosec theta. Please recall that in all trigonometric ratios of negative angles, negative sign comes out, excepting in case of cos and sec. Hold. हेलो, हाँ बोलिए, हाँ बताइए, हाँ जी हो गई, देखता हूँ। आकाश 7267,